I like me better when I'm with you. I like me better when I'm with you. I like me better when I'm with you.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shante Outlaw, in case you didn't know. And we back. So I wrote a poem, right? You guys know, for those who've been following me for a while, y'all know I'm a poet. Alright. I wrote this particular poem and it was kinda like different from anything I had ever written before. And the gist of it was like, it was kind of about, I guess I would say it was about individuality, or like being oneself, kind of. I feel like, excuse me, I am on the road to, or I have been on the road for a while, the road to finding me, or like rediscovering me. Cause like, I mean, obviously I'm me, but like rediscovering who I am. I feel like in life, like, there's so many things that, like, TV, the internet, social media, and like just our surroundings, there can sometimes kind of be like a pressure, or like an idea that people should look, think, feel, or act, or be a certain type of way, you know. And it's like, being that it's always around, like all the time, it's like sometimes you can get caught up, get lost in the idea of thinking that maybe you have to blend or be similar to what this person is, or what that does, or what you see on TV and things like that. And writing this poem, I just kind of got stuck on individuality. There's so many different types of people in this world, and it's like, it's crazy because, like, while they constantly push, I say they, I don't know who they is, but like, I guess society tends to show us only like one or two versions of how something should be, but it's like there's more in the world than just what they constantly throw at us, you know. When I say individuality, like, I'm talking like any and everything, like individuality in terms of like personality, individuality in terms of like style, the way you dress, the way you wear your hair, like like your interests, hobbies, things. It's like so many different types of things, and it's like society kind of like labeled certain things as like cool, or like things that are it, like that you wanna be or do, or should be or do. But it's like, no. All right, take me for an example, right? Those, like I said, those of you that have been following me for a while, y'all know I used to have dreads, and I feel like society can sometimes place an identity on someone just based off of how they look on the exterior, or like, it can be anything. What you wear, like type of music you listen to. Society tends to formulate like an idea of who you are inside, just based off of how you present yourself on the outside. So when I used to have my dreads, like, a lot of people used to assume or tend to believe that, like, automatically I'm a pothead. Like, oh, you smoke weed. You definitely, like, you smoke weed. Alright, maybe I dabbled in it at some point in my life, but that don't mean that you should assume that that's who I am because of what my hair looks like. Or take the way I dress. Like, because I wear like masculine type of clothes, or like, some people call it stud, like I'm a stud, they say. I mean, I don't really get into the labels like that, but just because of the way that I look on the exterior, on the outside, people would assume that, like, I was just like this hardcore, like, thug type person, or like, you know, I don't know, like really super masculine or like I wanted to be a man or something, but like no, like that wasn't true at all. Cause like I'm like the furthest thing from like a thug or like hardcore, anything like that. I say that to say that like people can sometimes like form or create their own ideas of who you are internally based off of the exterior, but like I said, there's so many different types of people in this world that like a person like maybe you've seen people that dress like a stud or masculine, and you know they might present themselves as a more masculine like personality or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean that every person who dresses that way is like attached to that type of personality, you know? Like, or like every person that wear dreads. Maybe you've met people who had dreads that smoke, but that doesn't mean that if a person has dreads, they automatically smoke. Like, you can't try to define a person based off of what they look like or based off of the types of people you've encountered who may share similar outer traits or whatever, you know? Like, for a while, like, I would kind of, because of people's assumptions and ideas or pictures of who I was based on the exterior, I would sometimes try to fit that mold, I guess. Like, try to become who they thought I was or who I presented, like, you know? But, like, yeah, no, I'm learning. There's so many different types of people, and it's like a package. Something can come in a package, and we can have two items that come in the same type of package. Just because it looks the same on the outside doesn't mean that what's inside is going to be the same. I guess I was just trying to say, be yourself. Like, don't allow people's ideas of who you are, because everybody's gonna have their opinions. They're gonna assume things, and it's like you can't do nothing about their assumptions because they're gonna be who they are and think what they want to think. And it's not your job to prove them wrong, but it is your job to remain true to who you are. Like, despite whatever they say, don't try to become what they think of you or what they tell you you should be like or what they assume. Just be you, you know, whatever that looks like for you. Whatever, like, even if, you know, like music choice. People might say that like country music is like a genre that's for white people or southern folk. But you know, like, if you're a black person and you like country music, do that. Like, don't let them define who you are inside just because of the way things typically look to them or things typically appear to them. Don't try to conform just because of what they think, you know. Be you. You can present however you want to on the outside, and you can be whoever you want to on the inside. Like, it doesn't, there's no specific like match of how it should be. Like, oh, if you got curly hair, then you gotta be this type of person. Like, no, you can have curly hair and then you can be a mean person. You can have curly hair and be a nerd. Like, you know, the possibilities are endless. So yeah, like, don't conform into the don't conform into everybody else's idea or version of you. You know, you just gotta like spend time with yourself, figure out who you are, what you like by yourself. Like, not with all your friends around, not like with your family. Like, spend time with yourself, get to know you and your interests when nobody's watching, when nobody's looking, when nobody's judging or opinions are fine. Like, just be you. Like, if nobody was around at any given moment, like, how would you really think? How would you really feel? What would you really do? And then, like, once you figure that out, then do that all the time, even when everybody is around. Like, you got to be true to yourself, you know, because nobody can tell you who you are. That's the thing. Like, nobody can determine or like say, oh, you are this, or like you're supposed to be this. Like, no. First of all, you don't know who I am, what's inside of me, what my mind's like. Nobody is in your body except for you. So like, only person who can like truly understand and know who you are, or like what you're about, or what you're into, is you. And it's like I said, there's always so many different voices coming at you, or like so many different depictions of how things should be, or different types of people. But it's like, you just got to like be you, like be true to you, for real. Like, and it doesn't have to look a certain way. It doesn't have to make sense. That's what I want to say. It doesn't have to make sense. Like I said earlier about the point about like country music. Like, if you black and you like country, then do that. You know, it doesn't have to be like, oh well, I'm black, so like I'm only supposed to listen to like hip hop or R&B. Like, no, it doesn't have to make sense, because like we all are so rare. Like, is no other person like you in this world, unless it's clones or something I don't know about. But like, no, it's no other person in this world that is exactly like you. So that means that like there's like a number of different combinations of interests, race, like hair color, hairstyles, or like music choice, taste, hobbies, interests. There's a number of different possibilities that can look like something and then like can be different on the inside. Like, just because you look like somebody, or like you look similar, or it seems like it might be the same thing, that don't mean that everything inside you is gonna fit that same idea or mold that person is. Like, there's so many different possible combinations of like people, you know. So yeah, take some time to discover that. Yeah, not saying it'll be easy, because like it's layers. It's layers to it. Being an individual is so much more than just like your personality. Like I said, it goes for your interests, like your hobbies, things you're into, things you like to do. It goes to like the way you speak, your vernacular, the way you talk. Like, people think you gotta talk a certain way or stuff like that, or like the way you dress, the way you wear your hair, the music you listen to, the type of TV shows or whatever you like. Like, we all are so uniquely us that you got to take time to discover and peel back each layer. It's not like, oh well, I know what type of person I am and that's just it. You know, like I said, it's layers. It goes for everything. You got to spend time discovering yourself in every area of life. And yeah, when you find that, just be that. Like, at all costs. Like, no holding back. You know, just let it all out there. That's just what's been on my mind. Things I've been thinking about. You know, that's kind of what that poem consisted of. But yeah, when you find that, I'm telling you, you're gonna be living your best life. Living your best life. Get to know you. You. Deep down in there. Not who they told you should be. Not what everybody else has been. Not what you look like you should be. Not what you look like you might be into. Not, you know, just like you. What you are, what you feel, what you think. Who you want to be, what you want to say, you know? Like, all that.